Welcome back, everyone. Today we're talking about a creature that lives in the world of science and mythology, the Hydra. It's one of nature's few immortal creatures, but it's also a legendary beast defeated by Hercules himself. How can this tiny organism and terrifying monster both share the same name? Stick around to find out. Let's start with the real-life Hydra, a tiny freshwater creature you'd need a microscope to see. Scientists are fascinated by the Hydra because it seems to be, well, immortal. So why do scientists think the Hydra might live forever? Unlike most creatures, the Hydra's cells are constantly regenerating. Old cells die off, and new ones replace them without any decrease in their ability to function. This constant renewal means it doesn't age the way we do. Imagine if our cells could keep renewing like that. No aging, no old cells breaking down. Hydra's body just keeps itself fresh, and theoretically, it could live forever unless something really drastic happens. Now, let's talk about the Hydra's amazing ability to reproduce. Unlike many animals, Hydras don't always need a partner to make more Hydras. They reproduce asexually through a process called budding. Basically, a tiny little Hydra starts growing right off the side of the parent's body until it's big enough to break off and go live on its own. And if that wasn't cool enough, Hydras can regenerate their body parts. Cut a Hydra in half, and each piece will grow into a new, complete Hydra. Just like in the legends, cut off a head and it grows back. Speaking of the legends, let's dive into Greek mythology and meet the infamous Lernaean Hydra. This wasn't the tiny creature we see in real life. This Hydra was a giant, multi-headed serpent that terrorized the land, and each time someone cut off one of its heads, two more grew back in its place. This Hydra lived in a swamp near the town of Lerna, and it was known as one of the most feared monsters in Greek myths. Its blood and breath were said to be so poisonous that they could kill anyone who came too close. So how did anyone manage to defeat such a monster? Enter Hercules, the hero of heroes. As part of his 12 labors, Hercules was sent to kill the Lernaean Hydra. He quickly found that each time he cut off one of its heads, two more sprouted in its place. Not exactly your average fight. But Hercules was clever. With the help of his nephew Iolaus, he figured out that he could prevent the heads from regenerating if he burned the neck stumps after cutting off each head. Working together, they eventually defeated the mighty Hydra. Whether it's the real-life Hydra that can regenerate and never seems to age, or the mythical Hydra that could sprout endless heads, both versions are marvels in their own right. If you're fascinated by creatures that defy life and death, hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know which other myths or creatures you'd like to hear about.